Are you letting your past dictate your future? Are you saying things like, I'm just not able to do this. I've never been able to do this. My mother couldn't do this. I am just like my mother. She couldn't do this. I learned that I'm just not capable of doing that. Or things like, my mother wasn't healthy, so you can't be healthy. Is your past dictating your present? If so, this is for you. Hello and welcome to Say Yes to You and Why You Don't. For women who are great at saying yes to others, not always as great at saying yes to themselves. I'm Claudia Braun, mindset, lifestyle, and EFT coach for women ready to start saying yes to themselves. And I want to invite you to say yes to you, and before the summer is over, schedule your Say Yes to You one-to-one consultation so that you can get yourself back on your calendar and really create that which you desire and release that which is holding you in the past. Because if you've been wanting to make changes for a long time and you find yourself kind of spinning your wheels, feeling like you're stuck in the mud, things keep repeating, story kind of looks the same, maybe it changes a little bit, but you end up feeling the same scenario is going on, it's time, my friend, to give yourself an opportunity to do something different. So take advantage of this offer, and it is something that you can access anywhere. Location does not matter. It is a one-to-one virtual conversation. I look forward to meeting you and having this conversation together. So, the past dictating your present, your future. Are those stories from your family something you keep repeating about how you're not good at something, about how you can't do something, about how people like you never achieve certain things that you desire, or your health, or what is the story that keeps getting repeated that you have perhaps carried on from generations maybe? Maybe it's a story about your physical body that keeps repeating in your life. So that story is just that, a story. And as you keep repeating it to yourself, the past continues to be in your present. And my friend, knowing that is really the good news. Because do you ever wonder why you end up in the same place? You want to do something different? I know that was something that would happen for me, is that I'd want to do something different. And then I'd find myself doing the same thing and I couldn't figure out why. So if you are feeling that way, you want to do something different, and yet no matter what happens or what you try, things don't change, know that the past is repeating itself in your mind. Because every day you are programming your mind on how you are to be. It is your mind that is determining your present. And so that is the place that you get to change. And so as you look at your situation in your life and you think about all the ways in which maybe you find yourself giving yourself away, or all the ways in which you find yourself not doing things that you want for yourself, look at all the ways in which your mind is reminding you of how your family's always been like this, or your mother was always like this, or your grandmother was always like this, or your aunt was always like this, or your next door neighbor who raised you. whatever it is, look at where your mind is telling you that your past is what your future is going to be. Are you looking to your past to see what will be? Because if that's the case, it can't change. Your past already happened. It does not have to continue to happen unless you really loved it and you want it to continue. But if you're looking at it and seeing that that's not how you want to proceed, then let that be your teacher of what you want to do differently in your present. Because your past has already happened. Your future is yet to be written. It's you who get to decide what that looks like and what you're telling yourself on a daily basis is programming you for the future that you will have. The more that you tell yourself you can't, you're like them, or you've never been able to, or you never will be able to, or you've tried it, it didn't work, things don't work for you, the more that will continue to be your future. And I don't care how many years you've done it, 5 years, 20 years, 30 years, it can change. Not overnight. And knowing where you are programming your mind, where you are putting these ideas into your mind, is the way you turn things around. Which is why in the beginning of our call today, I offered you a one-to-one Say Yes to You session, because I know how difficult it is to see accurately what you are telling yourself. It's like you can't see the forest through the trees. When you've been telling yourself these stories for so long, they feel like they are who you are. They feel like they're the fabric of who you are. And it's only when you're willing to really step back and see your mind with more neutrality. Because a lot of times it's easy to take it personally that there's something wrong with you, and there isn't something wrong with you. What there is stories that you've been believing or making true that don't fit you any longer. I've shared here before that when I was first starting to make my changes and I was working with someone for myself, and she said, Claudia, you're looking into a mirror and letting somebody else tell you who you are. And she was right. I was not seeing myself how I was. I was letting somebody else's version of me be me. And maybe you're doing that. Maybe you're letting somebody else's ideas, limitations, version of yourself be you. And you're not giving yourself permission to let your version of yourself be you. And if that's the case, know that your past is determining your present and therefore your future. You create your future from your present. The past has already happened. You cannot change it. You can change your view on the past. You can see it as a teacher, as a jumping off place, as where you've come from. But it does not have to determine your future. That is up to you. And when you allow someone else's version of you, an outdated version of you that you are holding in your mind, tell you how you are and how you should be, the more you keep yourself where you are, and if that's not where you want to be, then it's holding you stuck. it's holding you in the past and having you repeat the past in your present and your future. So my friend, where is the past in your life creating your future? If you don't want that, now is the time. Now is the time to really look at, examine that idea that keeps you from being the you that you want to be. What is the version of you that you want, that maybe you don't allow yourself to give voice to because you're afraid you can't have it, or you're afraid it's too late, or you're afraid you made too many mistakes and therefore it's not reversible. It doesn't matter what happened. What does matter is what you want now, and how willing are you to redo your mind so that it can create the present and future that you desire. Know that thought precedes action. When your thinking has you trapped in the past, all you can create is more of the past. I am working on certification for something called face yoga. So it's about being able to release some of these held patterns that your face holds on to, because your face, your internal beingness, holds on to patterns that no longer serve you. Stress, worry, ways of holding yourself keep you trapped in the past. It doesn't matter if it's your physical being or your internal emotional being. All things can be shifted and changed when you put your attention on it. If you've ever worked out at the gym or had some physical activity that you have put yourself towards, and you can see that the more you physically work out or run or play a sport, you can see that the more time, the energy you put into it, the better you get. Same thing is with your mind. Same thing is with changing physical patterns, even in your face. The more you are willing to look at these patterns and really see them for what they are, the more you have the ability to turn things around. So today, what is the past repeating in your present? And what is the past repeating in your present that you don't want? Because if you're fine with it and you like it and it inspires you and it keeps you going, go for it. But if it limits you, holds you back, keeps you feeling stuck, keeps you feeling like you can't do something different, know that it's not serving you. And it doesn't have to remain that way. You deserve to give yourself permission to make the changes. I don't care if it's your career, your relationships, or your personal well-being. Any one of those can change with deliberate, focused intention. The key is getting clarity on what no longer serves you and where the past is playing out and causing you the most harm. Because it's causing you harm if it's stopping you from being able to realize the you that you want to be. If inside you're feeling that anger or resentment or exhaustion by people in your life, by circumstances in your life, by yourself, know that you've got past ideas stuck. And you don't get out of the stuckness or the mud without doing something different. You know, you know how it is. Like physically, you're stuck in the mud. You keep, grinding your tires. You're going to go deeper and deeper into the mud. That's not how you get out. So getting out requires a different process than the way that got you in, because the way that got you in got you stuck. So this is about being willing to approach this from a different perspective and know that your past does not have to repeat in your present, therefore not in your future. And you can create a different future than your past. It starts by you changing your present. That, my friend, is where your power is. Your power lies in the present moment. How are you at creating your present? It's not a judgment. And that's what I also would like to inspire you to look at for yourself. With eyes of love and eyes of compassion, see yourself rightly. Because when you see yourself rightly, you can see it. When your mind goes into judgment, you won't be able to look at it, because you will feel like there's something wrong with you if you see something you don't like. And it won't permit you to see it, because it'll just make you feel like there's something else wrong with you. There's nothing wrong with you. It's an opportunity to see what you'd like differently, that perhaps you were in error about. You made a mistake in your believing you had to repeat it. It's just a mistake. Mistakes can be corrected, and it's an opportunity to choose again. Always we are given the opportunity to choose again, but the key is choose differently. To not choose the same thing when the same thing is not what you want. To be congruent is to choose something you want and let go of that which you don't. And sometimes that can be hard, because maybe you feel some loyalty to your family or to your past, and to do something different means that you are somehow betraying them. You are not. You are not. You can love them and let them have done things just the way that worked for them. And I always believe that if people could have done better, they would have. So they were doing the best they can. But if that doesn't work for you and you need another way, choose the other way. Choose the way that's right for you. You are not betraying your people by choosing differently. You are actually acknowledging what they have taught you and allowing yourself to move on from that as a jumping off place. Let that be your teacher, and let what you now know that resides within you to be what you use to move forward. That is the roadmap you most want to follow. Your inner guidance. By being willing to release patterns that do not serve you, that hold you to a past that you do not want, you give voice to that guidance within you. And that is who you are here to be now. There's so much goodness for you. And when you release that doesn't serve you, you are free to experience it and feel the lightness and joy of being who you are. I look forward to hearing how this benefits you and what you learned from listening today, and what you're going to do differently to move your own desires forward. And do take advantage of the one-to-one Say Yes to You session. You deserve an opportunity to truly see yourself rightly. And I know that bringing eyes in that are fresh, that can show you a different way, allow you to move forward in a bigger way. And I hold that space for you in such a clean way that I know you can't help but move forward. Thank you for being with me today. I look forward to being with you next week. Thank you for being here on Say Yes to You and Why You Don't for Women Great. It's saying yes to others. Not always is great. It's saying yes to themselves. I am Claudia Braun, Mindset, Lifestyle, an EFT coach for women ready to start saying yes to themselves. Bye for now.